Holy cow, look at this. It's Derek Holland here to celebrate our 60th episode of Wayne's World. And Kelly, what's up, my brother? How you been?
How are you guys? What an intro, by the way. I love that.
Look at the freaking guns, man. So how does the elbow feel?
It feels good. I don't know if you can see it on there. I'm trying to
dude.
That's my scar. So
Yeah, nice.
that's what I'm dealing with for now. But that's it. Maybe take some steroids. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I want to make sure we know that it's a joke. I'm not taking
easy berry bonds.
I can't. I don't want to get in trouble.
His head's bigger. Kelly, his head's bigger. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's letting his hair grow out. He's kind of got that
thank you.
on now,
thank
man. It went weird.
It always starts out great every time.
It's like, hey, let's talk about your hair. Who does?
I've got great curls. It's still dark with a little salt and pepper kicking in.
Wayne's going, I'd do anything for salt and pepper.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what I'm thinking of. Right.
Oh my goodness. So you had the surgery, Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Obviously it went well.
I mean, yeah, I'm 14 weeks out from the surgery, so I'm full go on workouts, which today, as you can see, that's where I just came from. But I'm finally getting to do a lot of the stuff that I couldn't do for a while, so it's good. I've got full range of motion. A lot of guys have trouble doing this, like touching your shoulder. I can actually get pretty low with it. No, after the surgery.
I'm just saying, I'm just like a Major League Baseball pitcher now.
Well, yeah, except you need to get your.
That's the only comparison.
But I've been doing, everything there, keep myself active. The only thing that sucks, and you're going to hate to hear this, come November when you come to town, assuming you're coming, I can't play golf. Yep.
Dude.
I can't golf until December. I want to say it's like December 15th.
Listen, why don't we go out and do some putt-putt?
So tomorrow I'm going to go chipping. I'm trying to work on all that. I'm actually going to take some lessons in the meantime to learn chipping and basically be able to, work on putting and stuff, still go out there with the friends, because it is very depressing to live on a golf course and watch everybody go out there and you can't do anything. Yeah. It's like, oh, they could literally yell at me. Like, I'll be like, oh, nice shot. And they're like, yeah, well, you can't play. So
watch this.
Yeah, that's basically what it's turned into. So
Derek, about a month ago, I was up in Orlando and I've got 3 witnesses. I had the best 9 holes of my life. I was on fire. I was driving it, not like you, but I was driving it in the fairway. Second shots were all beaming the pin. Had some birdies, had some pars, had no bogeys. And then I had the back 9. And we won't talk about that. But
that's what I was getting ready to say. You were a fairway finder and then you became lost outside the fairway.
It was just the second 9 we switched teams and I just fell apart. But it was fun. It was good to have good 9 holes. I felt like your regular golf round just for a minute.
Isn't it interesting though how golf is one, you're playing against yourself to begin with, but 2, it's literally you can go so well to instantly being the worst thing to ever come around on playing golf.
Yep.
I think that's why we love it. It's like a life's lesson right there on the golf course.
Yeah. Okay, so there it is. I guarantee you, I would almost take it to the bank. Your last 2 holes, you literally had a good shot, and it's like, oh, I love this game. That's why I'm coming back and playing again.
Oh, well, those first 9 holes made me live. But I'll tell you what, I'm having some issues with my right elbow. I played last Thursday over at Boca Resort. That's Adam Sandler's course. And I grounded on a par 3, my club, and my right arm still hurt. And I'm going to go get acupuncture probably tomorrow or Thursday. Again.
That's my doppelganger.
It stinks. So what's this cool little ride you're selling? And how long did you have?
The Vanderhall. So one day I was just driving down the street, going to do my rehab for my elbow, and I just passed this, it's like a Ride Now sports place, or Ride Now car place. And it's literally got like ATVs, slingshots, motorcycles, kind of like those. And I saw this car sitting there. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to stop there on the way back. So drive back, I stop, I go inside, and I see them all sitting in there. And I was like, well, one, I want one of these Can-Ams, which is the 2-wheel bike, 2 in the front, 1 in the back.
Back, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'll probably try to get this, and then I'll go ahead and try to get the Vanderhall because I love it. The guy was like, here, take it first. He knew who I was, so he was like super cool. He's like, here, get in and take it for a spin. As soon as I got in it, my eyes lit up, like there's a little turbo going off. I'm pumped. I'm hauling ass down the highway. And I was like, yep, I'm going to do it. I went ahead and pulled the trigger, got it. Had my buddy come pick up my truck, and my other buddy came and drove the bike. Went back to the house, and I enjoyed it for a while. And then one day I just was like, you know what? I just don't really, it's the thing that sucks is I'm a little bit too big for it.
I was
it's
concerned
small,
about,
if you can see. Yeah, it's kind of small. Sorry, personal problem. And so like I knew I'd get you.
Trust me, we all have Google. We know what you're talking about.
I don't. I mean, I'm talking about the car. It's a Vanderhall. If you guys want to look it up.
Yeah, it's a Vanderhall, and you're just, and we know how tall you are from what it says on Google.
Yeah, and it does. I mean, if 2 people got in it, we're shoulder to shoulder. I'm broad. I've got really broad shoulders. So whoever is next to me, you have to be pretty petite. Otherwise, we're gonna literally be pushing.
So you're saying Wayne would fit?
Yeah, I'd fit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, how tall are you?
5'9".
Oh, you definitely fit. You not even. You might get to scoot the seat forward. Man, I
Gee, thanks, brother.
That's cool.
But it's a really
glossed
cool,
over your truck.
It's yeah. So I could drive under my truck. I feel like.
But your Raptor is a F what?
Nope.
250 Raptor.
It's gone now. It's a Shelby F250.
Oh, that's right. Shelby. That's why I meant Shelby. I meant Shelby. Because your other one was a Raptor, but no, last year you had the
white Shelby F250 Super Baja.
Yeah. Is it white?
Yeah.
Is it white or is it gray?
Yeah, it's white. It's white with the black stripes on it.
Well, how many trucks have you? Wait, I might be on the wrong truck then.
No, it's
the right one.
I had to have had it last year. Yeah, I had to have had it.
Okay, good. Now you're making me second guess myself.
No, well, I mean, you were right. I have flipped through a couple trucks, so that's why I was like.
But that thing was a beast.
No, this one's still. Yeah, this one's. It's amazing. I love that thing. I actually put a camper on top of it now, so I take it and go camping and stuff, which is awesome.
How's the gangster ride doing?
Which one's that? The Bentley? The what?
In a Ford?
The 20? You're talking about the 1930?
30, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a beauty. It's still in the garage. I had it out 2 days ago. The only thing I hate about it is when you get in it, you drive it, you come back out, you got to tell everybody don't light a cigarette or anything next to me because I might catch on fire. You smell like straight gas.
Wow.
Because you got to think they don't have. Yeah, well, that's just how the cars were back then. They didn't have the I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say the wrong thing and be way off, but everything just pumps through the car. That's just how it was compared to how it is now. I mean, air conditioning, I have to flip open the little pieces in front of the hood so all the air just comes into me. So I mean, you got to think.
You ever go riding around with your Tommy guns in it?
No, I think that's kind of illegal. I don't know if that would work out very well. Just sitting on the side, and I've got a Tommy gun, looking like an American hero out there.
I wish we could throw it up on the screen. It looks like Bonnie and Clyde's.
If I send a picture of it, could you post it while we're doing that? Like it would just pop up?
Yeah.
I'll do that. So that way everybody can see it.
Yeah, because it's cool. Yeah, she's really cool. And a cooler story is what did it do for somebody's granddaughter when you bought it?
So for those that don't know, and I appreciate you saying that too, this means a lot to me, is I'm very big into helping all of our military personnel in any way that I possibly can. And when I was at this place, I didn't get to meet the guy, unfortunately. That's the worst part. But the guy was 99 years old. It was his dad's car, his dad's first car, became his first car, was a prisoner of war twice. Came back and he just wanted to sell the car to help his granddaughter pay for part of her college tuition. No hesitation, put the money down. See you later. Thank you for the car. I want to meet this guy. I tried to meet him and then COVID happened. So unfortunately, I don't want to assume, but I'm going to go out there and say that he may no longer be with us since it's been a few years.
Right.
But
but it's
May
still
he rest
cool.
in peace. It's a cool story. I have all the stuff that he had with it, the trophies he won from this, and the story of, you know, who he was as a person too. So it's very cool. It's now no longer just some car to me. It's actually got some true meaning to it. Like I try, you know, we buy things just for the luxury of them. We want to have fun with them, but this is something, it's like, this has true meaning to it no matter what. There is something
Yes, sir.
behind this. And
Oh,
that to me
Awesome.
means a lot. So anytime that one, I can help military personnel or a story like this, that's huge.
no, it's a great ride, but it's also a great story. So I'm with you 100%. So it's fun. Speaking of fun, is the what's his? I don't even remember what his rank is. The Marine that was at the event last year.
Oh, Major Ed?
Major Ed. Is he
Man,
coming
is
again?
yes, he's always there. We're doing charity events together. I've actually, that's where I just came from, was his charity event. We're gonna have another guy, and I'm actually looking his name up right now so I don't mess this up. He's going to be speaking as well. Got to hear his story, and wow. I want to make sure, this is the one thing I learned, and I'm going to make sure that this happens when he does speak. His name is Darren McBurnett, Navy SEAL. He's obviously retired. When he spoke, and this meant so much to me as just a regular civilian standing there, that room got quiet. They wanted to listen to everything he said. He had the respect of everybody. And what really made me happy too is if anybody started speaking, they made sure they knew they needed to shut up. Now I can't say exactly how it was, but they let it be known, if you keep talking, one of these other military personnel dudes is going to put a thumping on you, because this dude has gone through a lot. Now he wasn't like Major Ed. Major Ed had lost his leg to a, was it an IED or
Right.
yeah,
IED.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So this guy's gone through basically hell and a lot more. And it's just, it's one of those things when you kind of hear it, you somewhat get emotional, but you also realize what he's telling you, what he truly experienced, and you're hearing it as if you are there. And the way he tells this story and makes you feel, it's, man, there's nothing like it. So I immediately approached him, thanks to Major Ed, and I was like, hey man, I want him at my event. Can we please make this happen? He's like, oh yeah. And then I told him, and he's like, yeah, I'll do this for you. And no problem. You came out here, you're supporting us. And, you know, I had just made a donation to them to help out with the foundation. He's like, I'm 100% in there. I'll be there. And I'm not kidding. It's going to be incredible. And this dude could kill you like that. Like, it's incredible. Like, like I say, he's messing around, but one of the guys I was friends with, and I'm sharing this anyway, whether he cares or not, but it's not anything bad.
Right.
He was sitting there. He's like, man, can I punch you one time? Like, they were just having fun with each other. And he was like, all right, go ahead and try. And before he could even try to punch him, he throat chopped him, like right here, just got him. He went down on the ground. He couldn't breathe. He was freaking out. And he got up in his face. And he's like, you were this close to dying. Like, I could just a little bit farther and I could have killed you. And like, that tells you like how these guys are. What people don't understand is how grateful and lucky we are to have the military personnel that we have that does the things for us so that we can do, for instance, what we're doing now, having a podcast, or, you know, getting to play the game of baseball or whatever it is. These guys laid it on the line for us. And when we go out there, we don't realize how crazy they can be when it comes to this. Like, they can flip a switch. Yeah, we can say we flip a switch, but it ain't anything like theirs. So it was, it was really, really cool. Now I've got to be around some other military people, you know, Chris Kyle and some other guys as well. And I've heard some cool stories, but this one's wild. So I'm excited to have him there, which is November 2nd, by the way.
November 2nd. So that's, you know, we kind of insisted on getting you on to give people advance notice that you're having another 60 by 6 fundraiser. Now what's the name of the place? It's a cool place, huh?
Well, it's gonna be 60 feet 6 foundation. You can find it on Instagram, 60 feet 6 on Instagram.
That's fine.
And then
name of the bar.
And the place that we'll be at is going to be the Lava Cantina in the Colony, in Dallas, Texas. Well, the Colony is its own thing, but Dallas, Texas is what I tell everybody.
Right.
Easier that way.
Yeah.
And we've got some live performances, but I can't can't really say yet due to
Right. It's worth it.
restrictions,
I
but
flew down last year. We had a blast golf, and the event was absolutely insane. Your hand must have been killing you from signing all those balls.
no,
But it was
This
a moving event. It was a wonderful event. And then like
well,
at
let me
around,
ask you this. Because you heard my speech, and you saw I don't have a script. I never will. I don't want anything. It was authentic. It's real. And I mean, my goal is I want people to see true meaning of what this means to me, the foundation and the military people that are there as well. Did that speech make you cry?
okay, sure. Let's go ahead and just tell the truth. Yeah,
That's-
jerk.
Yeah,
And I already
that's
heard it.
why.
That was, but I'd met the parents, some people.
That's true too. They were there. The kids' parents are there.
Oh, it's one of those things where, well, the first time we had you on the show, we laughed, we did cry because you told the story, and of one of the boys that you were very involved with that had a strong battle with cancer and then went to be with God, and then the parents are there, and here I'd been with them the night before. Oh, dude, and they're everybody in the whole place, and this place is packed, is moved, and it's we need to be reminded, but it's really cool. I brag about you all the time. You're like my favorite little cousin, because I say, listen, this guy, he's good looking, he's got a boatload of money, he played on the professional, baseball mound for years, played in World Series. We won't talk about the results. I mean,
it happens.
But the fact that you do what you do is the reason why we have this bond, is because you are just, you're just a great guy. And I know you don't like me telling you that, but it's true. I mean, it's so cool. One of the best things, we'll go over to Derek's house, Wayne, and his house, it's just this moderate house on a golf course, a no-name golf course. And he's like, yeah, there's two things I wanted to see: the closet and the garage. And don't think that it's I want to see is actually two closets. The second closet was a bonus, but he showed me his first closet because he's got a closet full of costumes that he dresses up. And kids don't know he's a Major League Baseball player. They just love seeing him in his characters. And he comes in with the most magnificent costumes. And so we're in the closet. And I'm like going, dude, these are incredible. And then the second closet, he's got autographed jerseys from a ton of players in the major leagues. And that was kind of a cool bonus. You rarely you're going to have guys talking about closets, but and the memorabilia, in your house is just insane. That, and he has is it okay I say about your other collection you have? He has a moderate gun collection.
Yeah, I mean, we're in America.
Nobody wants to go to your house uninvited. I'll tell you that.
I promise that's how it should be.
But but seeing those costumes and knowing what you do for kids all the time, it's awesome. I mean, that's
the way you gotta look at it, is it's my way of getting those kids to escape from what they're dealing with.
Right.
And it's not about me. I could give two shits about. I could give two craps about it being me. It's more about the kid, and that's what I always try to represent. Is, yeah, I've got a foundation, I've got a platform and all that, but it's more about giving them that platform, giving them that chance to show that, one, they're not by themselves. I want them to realize that everybody that's there or supporting or whatever is a part of their family. So that way that they know, because they know their family's there and it's just them and their family, but they don't realize what's actually outside. My goal one day would be so cool to just be able to have, if it was a kid that's going through something and he's at home, and have everybody outside of his house, and he could see 1,500 people there cheering him on, or letting him know that we love him, or her, caring for them. You want to make sure, you want them to feel that there's somebody else in their corner besides the family and their friends too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it keeps everything. I do Santa Claus every year. I do several events, and now they've got me doing Spider-Man. Costumes are nothing like yours, but it's not about you. It's about the reaction and these kids. I had a little girl that was scared to death of me when I was Santa Claus at this event. It was at a Jewish place, a Jewish building down in Miami Beach, which I thought was hysterical.
That's probably there's the red flag there. The Santa and the Jewish
Well, the
holiday.
great, they give this, they share this community center with everybody, and it was wonderful. And they're like, oh yeah, Santa Claus, sure, bring them on. And it turned out these kids were all one of their parents was in jail for like 20 years or longer. I mean, and these kids were so sweet. This one little girl really scared of me, right? And I'm trying to, make her relax, and doing little Santa Claus little faces at her. And then like 45 minutes later, she's up near me, and then she's sitting next to me. And then she's like leaning up on me while I'm giving out gifts to kids. And, and by the end of the day, she was my best friend. And it was just to watch her, because obviously this girl has a rough life. Her dad hadn't been home probably since she was born. And you want to make them happy, and it's not always the most simplest ways. And it's just, it is such a gift that you do that on such a large scale all the time. And it's just kind of cool to watch. There's a lot of selfish athletes out there that don't do that. And I don't like them.
That's fine. That's why I'm here to cover for them. I'll
There
take
you
care
go.
of that they don't pick up on, and that's what it's all about.
Hey,
And so
Derek, I got a couple baseball questions because I'm frankly kind of tired of all this love. So I'm going to shift it over into baseball here. So 2 questions. Number one, I just read prior to us getting on this podcast, I think 2 years ago, baseball had like 230 games that were over the 3-hour mark. This year, there's 9.
Yeah,
Give me your thoughts on the pitch count. And then the other thing that I want to know about is what you think about how baseball has really kind of come back. And I'm glad. To me, it never left. However, there seems to be a lot of enthusiasm behind it right now.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing when you were talking about the pitch, it's the pitch clock, pitch count. That's
pitch clock. I'm sorry.
No. Well, the thing is, we could still talk about that too, because that is something that is also important as well.
Right.
It sucks, but it's important that how they're doing it. Pitch clock, I think, has been huge because it's made games more, one, I guess you could say, enjoyable in a way, because they're happening so much faster and people can actually stay engaged. I get it. Like, my argument was always the game's not slow to begin with. It's just certain things, guys could be taking longer getting in the batter's box, or sometimes it's just the pitch selection you're trying to change. I think the biggest thing that helps out more than anything was the pitch comp, being able to call your pitches without having signals and you got an earpiece in. I think that speeds it up too, because I could literally throw a pitch and I could be walking around, and before I get on the mound, I could already know what I'm throwing because we're already talking to each other. You're literally pushing the button and I'm shaking my head yes or no if I want that. So I think that helps. The pitch clock, though, I think I used to be against it, but I really didn't have a reason to truly be against it because it never affected me. I'm a fast worker to begin with. But there are guys that aren't. And one thing I am going to point out, now I'm not saying this is why, but injuries have also gone through the roof. One of them being Tommy John. I'm with Dr. Meister. I'm not here I don't want to promote him because I know he likes to keep himself very low key. Outstanding doctor, though, by the way. Great.
Really, now Dr. Meister's been mentioned.
Well, he's already been on. He was on Monday Night Football. Well, he wasn't on it, but they talked about him because he did Brock Purdy surgery.
Dude, I heard that. Yeah.
For the big prospect for the Yankees. He just had Tommy John, so they also highlighted it on there. But
that's not quite as big as Wayne's World and Kelly, though. Let's just be honest.
Well, yeah. You guys are on top. That's why we're doing it now. So you guys brought it up. So now we get to talk about it. But with that being said, like, the pitch clock, I think, helped a lot of the getting guys in the box quicker or getting pitchers to work a little bit quicker, because sometimes you do have that tendency to go slower. And something that I've always told the kids was when it comes to that, I want guys to throw the quality pitch, not the rush pitch. And to do that, sometimes you're racing against the clock. And with that being said, I don't have any issues with it. Has it made the game better? I think so, yes. I think it's made things happen a lot faster. A lot more action has happened. You see a lot more high-scoring games because of how quick everything's going. Pitchers don't have as much time to really go with it or think about it, I guess, or process it. They just kind of get it go. Whereas, some of the old school guys kind of don't like it. But I think we're all adapting to it. We've all kind of been pushing into it. It's not a bad thing by any means. I don't like the bases though, because now you're seeing it actually is a shorter distance, and I didn't realize that. I tried to argue it wasn't, but it is. So there is that too. So it's just tough to say. I think it does help the game a lot, which it's getting more of the kids involved too. So to go back to
Right.
your promotion of baseball, you're getting more of the kids involved. They're enjoying it. You're getting kids to go to games and being able to stay engaged in watching the game versus, you know, oh, how's the
Right.
game?
Yeah, right.
So I think that plays a big factor too. So I think that's huge. With everything they've done in the game of baseball, it's definitely helping a lot. Pitch clock, I was not a fan of. I still kind of don't like it just because it's still my old school nature, but I do see the progress it's made in making games more enjoyable with more action. Your pitchers duels, that's the thing, usually are the faster games. So is the pitch clock really making that big of a difference when it comes to that? I feel like yes. You're not seeing as many. I mean, we haven't seen too many complete games, but that
Yeah,
goes
good
with what
point.
you were saying before. That's what I was trying to go with. That is the pitch count. You're not letting guys go this far. We got too much analytics, which that's a subject I hate. We don't teach pitching. We teach number game, and that's not the heart is going to measure a lot more out on that mound than it does that analytic stuff.
Where do you put I don't know if I can say the guy's name correctly, Shohan, the guy from Japan. Tell everybody what this guy is doing. And I get, Tommy John pitching, batting, everything, but dude, I mean, we've never seen anything like this. People said, well, Babe Ruth, dude, this guy is Babe Ruth's got nothing on this guy. What are your
100%.
thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on this guy, dude? He is unbelievable.
So yeah, he's a phenom. He's nothing we're ever going to see again, probably in our lifetime for a while.
No way. No way.
He could also be a dying breed. I don't think you're going to see other guys get to do what he did because of the risk.
Right.
As you can see, obviously with Tommy John, he's having his second surgery.
Yep.
One thing I do want to point out, which is I don't think people understand this as much. In Japan, they only pitch once every 7 days or 6 days, however you want to put it. It's a week. He pitches once a week. Here in America, they're pitching once every 5 days. So he could pitch twice in a week. So it's putting a lot more stress on his arm. And obviously I hate saying this because I'm pretty sure I would almost guarantee I'm 100% right on this. Every Japanese pitcher that has come to America has had Tommy John after a few years. It sucks because they are very nasty, like awesome pitchers. When I say nasty, I know some people are going to be like, why would you say? They're dirty. They got some nasty stuff when they're pitching and in the showers. Gross. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the thing is like with the Japanese culture, it's a lot different than what we do. Now, with that being said, too, you know, people will talk about, well, Babe Ruth did it and everything. Babe Ruth didn't throw 100, and he didn't throw, the cutter and all these pitches that Shohei has. The other thing is Shohei is a very fit guy compared to what the Babe was. I'm not knocking the Babe by any means. Babe was the first one to do it in the major leagues. He was the best at it. There's no doubt. But now we have our version of our Babe Ruth now. And Shohei has been extremely impressive. The thing is the amount of, and you see it really with a lot of guys that are throwing in the hundreds. When they get to the hundreds, a lot of these guys, and I hate it, and I hope we can get past this so we can get this right. A lot of guys blow out. And I hate saying that because I don't want to see these guys blow out. I want to see them continue to pitch the way that they are because it's so nasty to watch. Like when you're watching these guys throw absolute BBs to the plate with all the movement that they have and everything, it's incredible. Like I've never been that. Like the hardest I've ever thrown was 98. I'm not 100, and people don't realize. Well, yeah, we say that's it, but bro, just to go from 95 to 96 is a huge jump. And then you go from 98 to 99, that's a really big jump. And then 98 to maybe 100, that's an even more impressive and bigger jump. And people don't realize that. But it is very, excuse me, it's very impressive with what he does. He is definitely, I think, one of the smartest hitters I've ever seen in the game.
Okay.
I give a lot of credit. Miggy is hands down. Miguel Cabrera is hands down the best and smartest hitter I've ever seen in my entire career. Shohei's got to be up there as well. I mean, I've seen a lot of great hitters in my career. I faced Shohei. He murdered a ball in between me and first base. So he beat it out because we had bad communication. I'll just put it that way. Me and the first baseman kind of just met, and I said, screw it. And he got
Did you face Shohei? Did you face him? Dude,
yeah, he
God,
hit
that's so,
he hit an absolute rocket in between first base and me.
Okay.
I
Okay.
jammed the crap out of him. I just sawed him off, and it didn't get out of the infield, but he still got on base. So he still
Okay.
1-for-1 against me. But
Yeah,
Bryce
right.
Harper
Good.
did better against you, didn't he?
you know, Bryce Harper hit one to the moon. I don't know. I think it's still floating in space right now.
It's one of
But
the best commercials.
He's in my book too, though. All right, so we're good. We're even. His is
Yeah.
just more impressive than mine. Nobody cares about the strikeout. They care about the long ball.
Right.
You've seen the commercials. Chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
But to continue with Shohei, I mean, I honestly don't know if we'll see anything like that. I mean, he put on an absolute show. I mean, Shohei, people pay to go see him. That's
Yeah.
the thing. They pay to see him.
Sort of like that country singer out of Virginia.
Wait, what?
Crickets.
Richmond.
Oh, that's a good song.
It is a great song. That guy can sing, can he?
Very good song. Yes, he can.
But that was a curveball, we like to call it in podcasting. Threw a curveball.
Yeah, you caught.
I threw a curveball against one of the best curveball throwers ever.
I think you balked.
Derek Holland.
You balked.
He balked.
I'm just gonna.
Well, you had to walk it off.
It's a walk-off home run, baby. Anyway. So anything else, Wayne, you want to ask about to show your
No, I guess I got my jock sniffing, questions out of the way. I guess we can end it on a good note. No, we're going to end it on actually a funny note. So I'm sitting here in a faceless hotel room in a faceless suburb in Chicago. Life is very boring here. Anything about your road exploitations that you'd want to share with the audience? Was it anything like some of this stuff from these guys in the 70s and in the 80s with the New York Mets and the Yankees in the 70s? Or is everybody all about just living clean, making sure they get a good night's sleep, or not? Give us a peek.
We're all human. All right. That's the one thing I want to point out. We're all I hope people don't truly think guys just literally they don't do anything. It's like, okay, play baseball, go home, sleep, get up, go play baseball. It's not that way. We're all human. Right. One of the things, like for me, I always liked, especially Boston. Boston's probably one of my favorite cities to go out and around. You get to see so much history. First off, I love history. So being able to walk around the city, see that, explore. And then obviously, like, I don't care. I was a single male for some of the parts. I went out, I had fun. I went out and enjoyed myself and enjoyed the nightlife. You get to meet a lot of interesting and cool people. I'm such a social butterfly that I love talking to people. I would do the best I could to keep them from knowing what I did, because that's the only thing that does suck is when people do find out what you do, you can instantly see the switch change. And then I mean it in a good way. Like, it's not like they're being something, over the top, but it's more of like, oh, hey, so you play baseball? Oh, some tickets tomorrow, or well, okay, you think you could pick up the tab and we'll get some drinks? And it's like, what do we do? We were just having fun. We were perfectly fine. You had no idea.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what, like, there's a lot that I can't share. You got to leave it to that was things that I've done and enjoyed, and that was my life. It's just been a lot of fun to be able to explore and do everything that I've got to do and see what I've got to see. And be around the people that I've been around. I've been blessed with that. With, for me, I can actually say I never had a bad teammate. I mean, I had a couple people maybe that I didn't really enjoy being around, but I would say it's 2 out of my entire career of people that I've been around that I just couldn't do it.
Right.
I will say what did kind of start to suck is I was, as I'm on my way out, we tend to cater to the younger guys, like coddling. It's like we got to coddle those guys and make them feel good, rather than when you screwed up, man, you got chewed out. You knew you messed up. I'm trying to keep this as edited as possible, but like, man, if I messed up, you better believe I had an earful from the veteran guys. Or,
Okay.
I can put it this way. This is one thing that cracks me up more than anything, and this goes to show with how things are in society now. I used to have to carry, when I was a rookie, a pink backpack. And you can easily, we can
Nice.
find this picture. I can get it for you, whatever. It's guaranteed it's on Google. But it's me in a pink backpack. It's a princess bag. And I have to carry all the veterans, stuff in there, whatever it was. I have to carry, magazines and candy and food, whatever. I had whatever they wanted in that bag. Sometimes there was just stuff they put in there just because, like, it had nothing to do with anything. Like, I'm making this up, but it'd be like, all right, we're going to put this brick in here. And now he's got to carry this brick around. Like, just dumb stuff. Because I was a rookie. That's how it was. Like, you can't, and I get it. People will be so upset. You can't like haze them, whatever. No, if like, it's just the sign of respecting the guys that have done this before you. If I had a veteran guy, one of the veterans in front of me, he was my mentor, helped me out more than anything. Eddie Gordato, everyday Eddie. If that guy told me, hey, we're going to have a beer, I'm going to have a beer with him. I can't say no. Like, the only way that I would get the card to be able to say no is if I was starting that next day. And he knew that, okay, Derek doesn't drink 2 nights before he goes out. Or, I mean, 2 days before he pitches. So nobody would mess with you. They get that. They'll always respect your routine and everything else. But when it came to something like, for instance, I'll use you guys. If you guys said to me, all right, Derek, you're with us, we're going to have a drink tonight, I have to go. That's just the respect factor of, you guys have been doing this. I'm new. You're taking me under your wing. It's not like you're taking me out there and it's gonna be like, all right, let's get him hammered and then we'll just leave him here and make it and pay for the bill. None of that ever happened. Now they would pull pranks. Like, I remember I had made my major league debut and I went out to celebrate. I was with my brother, and then I got invited out with a few of the guys, and they're like, hey, come celebrate, man. We're happy for you. So I went out and we're having dinner and everything. And I'm just like on cloud nine, like, man, I just did my major league debut. Like, wow, got my first strikeout. And then next thing I know, the bill gets put in front of me. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And I open it up. Now, making this up, but it was like, the bill was like $20,000.
Dude.
And I was like, hold up. And I like literally, like, I was choked up. I started sweating.
Yeah, dude.
Bad.
I bet you did.
And I got my credit card. Now, here's the other red flag too that I got. This is where some of these guys mess up. And I pulled out my credit card. Well, it's a Texas Rangers credit card. Those guys destroyed me. And I was like, I don't think my card's gonna be able to handle this.
Yep. Right.
And they started laughing. They're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You got a Texas Ranger. Like, you can't wear any of the Rangers stuff outside in public. You don't get credit cards with the Rangers logo on it. You don't do anything. And it makes so much sense, which people don't understand. It does draw a lot of attention to you because of, you're supposed to be representing Texas. You don't need to go out there and do that. You don't need to, hey, look, I'm a Texas Ranger. Here's my card. Like, no, you don't do that. But I just remember seeing that and I was like, oh God. So I literally, now, I put my credit card into this thing. And when I was giving the lady the card and the book, you would have thought I had a serious case of Parkinson's. I was shaking so bad. And I mean, I'm sweating and everything. And they're all just watching me and kind of just smiling. And I was like, man, I really appreciate you guys taking me out tonight. Thank you guys. And like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to be like so calm and everything. And it's like, this is incredible. And then they came back and then the guys were like, you're not paying for this. It's just a joke. Like, relax.
Dude, that is awesome.
That was super cool. They took care of me and my brother. They made us feel, they made my brother feel like he was a part of the team by, us all out celebrating. But anytime that those guys that's the thing I would say is, and I'm very lucky, and that's probably why I'm so good to me, is making everybody feel like they're a part of a team because of the guys that were in front of me that did that. And that's why it's like, for me, I'll go through all that rookie hazing and everything again, because it made me, one, so much tougher, so much better, so much mentally tough. And it shaped my career the way it's supposed to be. I get it. I'm not a Hall of Famer and I don't care. I did everything I could. I can walk away from the game saying, I know I did everything I could for myself. I'm satisfied. I'm happy. But those guys showed me the way. And that's why, like, today we can't do half that stuff, because people get so butthurt and offended because of these little things. And it drives me insane. They didn't do that because they hated me. They did it because they cared and they want to see me be successful, and they want me to understand how this game is supposed to be and how you're supposed to give back. Yeah, it's a little hazing with each other, having fun, but never, ever have I seen anybody hate somebody because they hate him. They do it because they know,
Absolutely,
he's going to be okay. I know he's
it's the guy code.
Yeah,
It's the bro code. You might be one of the last. You might be the last generation for what you just described about how it's a positive thing. It's that nothing to do with hating on you. If the fellas are going to hate on you, they ain't talking to you. You don't exist. I mean, it's like what we all learn in college, you know, and what you learn by playing baseball is, to the very degree that someone is going to give you crap, it's the very degree they like you. It's real simple in our world, real simple.
I would say too, if you guys never said anything to me, then I'd be a little worried. Then it's like, okay, well, why won't they talk to me or interact?
Right. It's real easy in our world, dude. Real easy, what you just described. Yeah, it's a great job on that, dude. Yeah.
Now, your brother's Greg, right?
Yes, sir.
So shout out to Greg. So I'm down in Dallas, and there's this kid. He's like 6'7". He was a rookie pitcher, and he was playing on our foursome, and so was Greg and Derek and I. And this kid, what's his name?
Oh, Siegel. No, it wasn't Siegel, was it?
What Siegel? No. Hi, Siegel, though. No, the kid that he's a baseball player. He's a pitcher. Real tall. I think he was heading out to
Randy Johnson.
Was it AJ?
I think he was heading out to Seattle. He's heading out to Seattle.
Heading to Seattle? Why would he go to Seattle?
But he was to play. No, that was his
no, it was in November. He wouldn't be playing.
No, but that's where he had just come from. He had played for Seattle. Don't remember who was on our force. It's okay.
Yeah,
so anyway,
I don't know.
This kid's a real serious, can bomb. I mean, Derek's a big guy, but this kid was half
the
weight.
AJ. It has to be AJ.
Bombing it. And he's real serious. Not exactly I think he was married. His wife was there.
Oh, no, that's Easton. He just had Tommy John too.
Oh, wow. Did he really? That's a shame.
Yeah.
Nice but quiet guy, right? He's got this putt. It's like 110 feet. He's got to go back on the fringe and then through a couple hills and then the hole. So I look at brother Greg and I go, $1,000 he misses it. And Greg responds, "You're on." Right?
No way, dude.
So he hits the putt.
He did not.
Going. It's over 100 feet. I am not exaggerating.
Yeah,
and
it was a shot.
The ball goes in. I look at Greg, and Greg looks at me. Greg's like, we're all impressed with the shot, but now he's like, "Oh my God, am I supposed to take $1,000 from this guy?" And he goes, "I won." And he goes, I go, "Let me ask you a question. Had he missed, would you give me the $1,000? He said, "Hell no." I go, "Okay, then you don't have money." I'd rather give it to the foundation.
True.
But
it's
pretty
true.
funny. But I would have paid him. If he would have said yes, I would have handed him the $1,000. Well, I would have gone to the ATM and gotten $1,000. But
no, he wouldn't have done
on
that.
a Texas Rangers.
But it was a stick putt. It was I've seen Tiger make a few putts in person that were insane, and that was right up there with it. It was
impressive. I remember we made a lot of noise out on the course too when that happened.
No, I can't see that.
Which, yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
God.
I feel like they get people with my air horn on my truck anyway, the train horn. That's my favorite.
That's so white trash, dude. I love it.
It's amazing.
That's great.
That truck, buddy.
Well, it's not that. It's just the train horn.
I looked about getting one of those horns on my Volvo, and it turns out they're like 2.5, 3 feet long. And
they're
dude,
you're going to take up.
With those low profile tires, you're going to be scraping that horn all over the place. I wanted to do it. Not to get pissed.
I want to put it on my golf cart.
There you go.
Now, he has got the Mac Daddy of golf carts. I mean, this thing is
it's nice. I like it.
We right.
Is it an Escalade golf cart?
Have you?
No, it's just your regular golf cart. But the thing is, they have, instead of having the golf bag on the back, the back seat comes up and you're just at an angle, and you put them there.
Strong. Okay.
That's perfect.
Now, the guy that joined up with us that day, who was a really good golfer and that lived in your neighborhood, have you seen him since?
No. Well, actually, you know what? I should take that back. Yeah, we have. We've seen him. I think we've seen him like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, Greg's probably seen him a few more, but I haven't been out on the course. That's the thing. I haven't been out since June.
This guy was on maternity
see him
leave.
before.
Remember?
Yeah, he was enjoying himself.
He was.
But that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you got to go out and enjoy everything you're doing.
He's on maternity leave because his wife, who was gorgeous, had a second baby.
Yep.
And they had, I think he said they had 2 nannies. And
yes, they did. You're right. They had a morning nanny and a night nanny.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
that they could, well, yeah.
And this
rich.
guy couldn't have been any nicer. And he could play. He was playing.
Oh, he was awesome guy. See, that's how I like to see people that are like that. Guys that are humble, enjoy everything. You don't need to, I don't care if you're rich, poor, mediocre, whatever it is, you treat everybody the exact same. They'll do the same for you. Act like you know, you're no different than anybody else. Like, I'm a baseball player. Whoop-de-freaking do. But I'm no different than anybody else. That's how I like to carry. You got to carry yourself that way.
100%.
Amen, brother.
Anybody.
Amen, brother.
Well, this has been a blast. Time flew, and we went overtime. Shocking that we would ever go overtime with you.
Can't believe we
Derek's always such a good guest, isn't he, Kelly? Dude, I mean, just having you on, man, is, we got to do this as much as you want to come on, bro. You're just easy, man. It's all good.
The hardest part.
Sometime there, Wayne.
It's the time.
Yeah.
Because I can't I know Kelly's asked me multiple times, can we do in the morning? And I just can't. Like, I try. There's no, maybe going forward, but well, no, because I'm going to start throwing soon. It's just, I was going to say Wednesdays would be it at the most, and it's not. It won't even be that way.
Dude, we'll adjust to your schedule. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter, dude. Right?
I tried not to. I held out a long time, then I'm like, I folded. But no, so for today is Tuesday. You can see the clock. It's 4:00 on my clock behind me, right? I meant to take that down, and I forgot. And I'm dropping.
I hope when people put it out there, when you put it out, oh, this is live at 8 a.m. and they're gonna see that. You can just like, oh, the battery died. Well, the clock just keeps changing. No, it's the ghost is messing with it.
We're hard fast on doing it at a certain time, and then I drop it right out every Wednesday before 11 o'clock. This show's on. Well, usually around by 10 o'clock. So 12.
I respect
will drop
that more
it.
than anything.
So this is the magic of the theater, people. It's not really happening in real time.
Well, that's the thing is everybody's all, and this is what I love. I'm starting to get so much better at this, is having a schedule. And that's what you guys have. People can rely on that because you're consistent with the way you put out your product. So people
we are
to visit that.
Yeah, and Kelly holds me hard to it because I'm mostly traveling guy. So I've done everything from, being in an airport, lounge, parking lot, car, Motel 6 like I'm in right now. But we got to be
on for you.
Yep, and we got to be on the routine, and we got to make the railroad run on time. So Kelly's really
anybody that we're going to make an exception for, it's you, brother. So,
oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that, but yeah, it's again, it'll be here's the thing too, is if I end up retiring, which we're pretty close to that, then it's become a lot more free time because all I'm going to be doing is golf, and more golf.
Nice. And I think you're going to golf.
Yes.
I hope and pray you have at least one more season.
For sure, dude.
I mean, I do too, but at the same time, I am very happy. I'm very satisfied with what I got to do. I am technically, the way I look at it, I am going out on my own terms to where I gave everything I had and blew my arm out. And that's the way, the way I look at it is that's not a bad way to go out.
No, sir, it's not.
So
I love it. Well, appreciate you, brother. I will see you in a little bit over a month.
Yes, sir. November 2nd, baby.
Not wait. And we'll do a little bit of promoting on it. And not that you need it from us, but it's just an honor.
Any promotion is good promotion.
That's right.
Never forget that. And
we got people in Texas. Bob Aiken, dude, you're coming up from San Antonio, as he says, and you're going to be at the event whether you like it or not. So retired colonel, United States Army, highly decorated, but We were friends. We
It'll
are
be
friends.
good to connect.
Friends
Hey,
for-
he'll be able to connect with more
ever.
of the military personnel that's there and get the appreciation that he deserves. So for all those that do listen to, I know I'm kind of overstepping here, sorry, but I do want to say thank you guys for your services and what you guys have done for this country and giving us the opportunity to be the people that we are because of the sacrifices that you guys make. So thank you so much for that.
Well
Amen,
said.
brother. Very well
Great
said.
way to end the show.
Thank you, Derek.
We'll see you
All
soon.
right.
Everybody have a great night. A
Yes,
great,
sir. Thank you.
You
great
go.
morning. It's morning. Hey, have a good morning.
Bye.
Bye.